My company was a low bidder on a job in Utah. And the reason we were low bidder is we had found a farm that was for sale, and that we were going to buy the farm and then make the aggregate. And I was invited to dinner in Ogden by the largest company, much bigger than Northwestern, but in Utah based, and because the CEO knew my father. So I thought we were invited to dinner to talk with him. We were about to have dinner, and he said, "We'd like to sell you the aggregate for the job for so many dollars a ton." Well, it was over $300,000 more than we had bid the job base. We left a lot of money on the table. I said, "No, we're going to make our own." He said, "How?" And I said, "We own this farm." And he said to me, "What are you going to do about the excavation permit? There are 5 commissioners, and I own 4 of them, county commissioners." So I said, "We'll take care of that." So the next morning, we always had a local bank to write checks and stuff. I went to the bank and I said, "Does the Mormon Church have a big youth program here?" "No." "What about the boys clubs?" "No." "Well, do you have any youth program?" "Oh, yeah, we have the largest Boy Scout group in the United States, like 13,000 boys." Anybody in the bank related to them?" "Oh, sure, the chief of their planning happens to be our trust officer. Could I meet him?" And so he came down, and I said, "Well, where do you teach your kids to swim?" He said, "Well, that's a real problem because there's no place to do it here. We have to transport everybody by bus, and it's a real problem." I said, "What would you do if you had a 20-acre lake on 92nd Street?" He said, "Yeah, and I like to have wings to fly." "Oh, and then the lake we'd have sandy beach." "Sandy beach here?" "Yeah." "Well, I have a little bit of a problem. I need to excavate 20 acres that's going to create a lake. And as it happens, we're going to take the coarse rock, the aggregate, and we have an excess amount of sand, which is waste from the operation, and so we're going to have to leave it there. And we would give that to the Boy Scouts if you think you could prevail on the county commission to give you an excavation permit." Because it didn't take a genius to think of 23,000 parents, grandparents, and uncles. And so it was interesting. In a way, it would be kind of a tradition of where you do stuff for other people. And I never thought about it until I was writing this book. In fact, they had a little plaque where they had established a Morris E. Adelstein Aquatic Park, named it for my father. And the newspaper had a nice editorial about how this Jewish contractor from South Dakota was going to give a lake. That's a story in the book. It's just been fun, because we can, as long as that flag flies.